Time is yielded back. Mr. Tierney, I believe, was next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I think it's time to recap a little here. And so I just want to acknowledge that what we're talking about here is a complaint, not a decision of any judicial body. This is a complaint that has made allegations, and a complaint that, if the allegations approved, suggests a remedy. All right. The administrative law judge hasn't yet decided the facts, hasn't fashioned a remedy, and here we are as the Congress attempting to interfere with that adjudicative process. In this case, the one we're dealing with here, Boeing is fighting to relocate jobs to a non-unionized, lower-wage work area in South Carolina. Now, you all say, well, one of the remedies they have is those people in Washington, they go to South Carolina. Is it a remedy to leave a higher-paying job with all the rights of belonging to a union to move to a lower-paying job without any rights and protections of a union? It earned record profits, Boeing did, in 2010. It tripled its income from the previous year from $1.2 billion to $3.3 billion, much of that paid for by the American taxpayer. People like those that work for Boeing and made Boeing productive and then paid their taxes to see this company, because of its officers, because of its board of directors, move to another company to further enhance their position. The fact of the matter is that today's unemployment isn't caused by unionization. I mean, unions in the private sector only constitute 8% of the workforce. When the unions were at their highest level, we saw more productivity and better wage growth. As they've declined, wage growth has declined, and income disparities have been surmounting and increasing. In fact, in 2009, that's the date that people give for the start of our recovery here, to the end of 2002, national income rose $528 billion. But you know what? The employers got $464 billion of that, and working people got $7 billion in wages and salary. That's a shame, and that's disparate, and that should be unacceptable. What is government here for if it's not to stand up for the individuals? If you think it's a populist notion that you're going to fight for multinational corporations to beat up on the little guy and the families and the small businesses that thrive on them, take it to the public and tell them what a populist you are. Populism and the role of government is to stand up for the people. Stand up so they don't lose their job. Stand up so they can make a decent wage. Stand up so they can share the productivity and the prosperity of these large corporations that will beat them up to enhance their bonuses and their executive salaries. And then tell them your remedy is to move from one part of the country to another part of the country where people don't unionize, where they don't stand up for their rights, where they don't fight for more wages and a decent part or share of the pie. In 1991, when that economic recovery started and the income in this country went up, half of that income went to the working men and women. Half of it. Not $464 billion to the CEOs and the board of directors, and $7 billion to the people that are working and pushing hard to make that company productive and to make this country productive. When and if the facts are proven in this case, a remedy should be fashioned that's appropriate and that's effective.
The gentleman's time has expired.